we got Rick Nickerson in the house. Zupp is his company, and helping homeowners, helping business owners. That's his game. Help him with flooring.
Well, glad to be here. Always a pleasure. I sometimes feel dumber. I'm surrounded by some smart people, and Fred, amazing. You talk about the water and what you guys do. Go see Fred. Get an estimate. I mean, it goes back to Primal Man. What's the first thing you want to do is secure a water source?
Yes.
Well, living in the Tampa Bay area and you hear some of these horror stories, keep your body pure, and so that was neat to listen to you and to listen to Fred earlier about our market, about the Tampa Bay market. And I want to piggyback off of that and talk about when we were doing our demographic research and deciding, how are we going to do this thing? We had this great idea. We saw the machinery and equipment, and we, saw it being used in a commercial application. I'm specifically talking about now removing floors professionally.
Yeah.
We noticed that there are more flooring stores, all right, in the Tampa Bay area than there are grocery stores.
Wow.
So that tells you something about our market. Now, why are there so many? Well, the reason why is because the land being so scarce and so forth, that all the amount of remodels in this area that are going on, the projects being done, it got us excited. And we said, okay, we want to be the one to move in there and meet the customer's needs when it comes to floor removal. We want to meet all these flooring stores' needs, which were not being met. They always said, I got a guy.
Yeah.
And our whole purpose was, they've got a guy, but he's not doing it the right way. He's not doing it with dust control. He doesn't have the consumer's thoughts in mind. He doesn't have the installer in mind. He's not going to get it done quickly and efficiently. And he's not going to plan the project and do it the right way. So, a wise man once said, if you can't be first in the category, change the category.
Yeah, there you go.
And so that
a new one, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how Bottoms Up was born. I liken it to the story that you guys have all heard of Charles Lindbergh, right? What's he? He's the first guy in an intercontinental fly across the ocean.
Yes.
Right. Well, 4 months later, a guy did it faster, more efficiently, and on less fuel. Nobody knows who the hell he is. Right. I know I don't. But I remember Charles Lindbergh, and he was first.
Roger Bannister.
Was that him? You did it to me.
Well, there's another example. Roger Bannister set he broke the 4-minute mile, and then within I think it was 3 months, you had high school, different people breaking that 4-minute mile because they changed their mindset. They knew it could be done.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And that was, and Bottoms Up was born.
Yeah.
A floor removal company, and 80% of our stuff is residential. We've got trained professionals, and I talk about, if you're going to get a project done, make sure that you find a trained professional that's licensed and insured. Buyer beware. There's guys out there. I don't want to call them hacks or anything like that, but there's guys out there that are unprofessional that will come in and destroy and cause more damage. All right, by not doing it with the correct equipment or the correct procedures. And so, from start to finish, we've utilized technology from the very beginning, from our early roots, to be the best at this specific category. We don't install floors, okay? We have no other side cells. We are there to take up your floors in a timely manner, in an efficient manner that allows the flooring companies to come in and do their job.
Yeah, I like that, because each different aspect of the business is going to have its own expertise, and if you have the folks coming in, the hacks per se, they're going to be throwing up dust particles. They're going to make damages to the flooring, the underlayment or damages. So that's going to cause even more problems. Plus the time factor. How much of a time factor is it when you're overturning either a rehab on a residential flip? There's hard money cost involved, or even a commercial building that hey, we got to have this done. We got inventory coming. We need that industrial space done. Whatever what kind of scenarios have you seen?
And that's it. And time is money. And people get in and they just assume, and it's strange how in this industry they just assume that the flooring contractor is going to do it, and they can. But they now, at the beginning, that's how it all went down. The flooring contractor took care of it. He was the guy who wanted to do the install, but he was forced to do the removal. And if you've ever tried to remove a glued down wood floor or ceramic tile set in a 2.5-inch mud bed, and you got to get down to concrete for a new luxury vinyl plank. These floating floors are real popular now, that you can't go over top and you need that floor removed. Just try it sometime. And what that does is these guys get in and they're tired and they're using jackhammers and they're destroying people's property. And the bottom line is they waste time. All right, and it's an unhappy situation.
Yeah.
So we saw that need, we saw that niche in the marketplace, and from that early birth and from that early idea, we decided that we are going to be the customer service portion of your job, that we are going to provide customer service at its finest from the very first phone call all the way to the very last phone call, thanking our customers. And we use various different things, but you know, now that we've got 20 trucks in the Tampa Bay area and beyond, up and down the West Coast, we track all of our trucks by GPS. A phone call is made before when we're on our way, during the job and after the job, then a follow-up phone call. Every one of our jobs, believe it or not, I've got an extensive video library of all the jobs, in the thousands, Brandon, in the thousands of jobs from start to finish, where we walk in from the curb to the house, identifying all those areas that may or may not be important to the homeowner, which all of them are, identifying pre-existing damage, so on and so forth, problematic areas, describing the job scope given from the customer, then verifying that job scope with the customer prior to removal. Then we do our job, and then afterwards we'll film it again.
Wow.
And then I keep that video library available to our customers if there is a problem. We've got it on videotape, and you know, and that's one little thing that you can do, that we do at Bottoms Up, that changed, I feel, like the culture. Like we're
value add right there.
Yeah, we feel like we've changed the culture of the flooring installation project, if you will.
Yeah.
And we're a small part, but we're very well-oiled machine when it comes to managing your project and getting your floors removed in a proper manner. And so I always say, find the floor removal experts, give us a call, look us up. If you've got a project and you're interested in it, and it could be commercial or residential, we are the residential experts, but look us up. We'd love to come out and provide you with a free quote and get it done the right way, save you time and save you money.
Yeah, I like that. Rick Nickerson, bottomsup.com, and definitely, check out the website. Great reviews online. Have that consultation done. Sit down with him. Let him know, what you look for in this type of a project. He can definitely help you. Years of experience and got a reputation that precedes him. Right. All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum.
Hurricane season is here, and not to frighten anybody, but when the winds blow, it flows, let me tell you. So for the cages and the screen rooms, my suggestion to any homeowner as a consumer advocate is to check anything that's loose. The tap cons at the base, basically these enclosures fail from the connection points. Once they start to rock and roll in the wind, get out of the way, they're going to go away. And say the cage is 15 years old. How old's yours, Freddie? 15. We did yours, right? A long time ago. But I know you're the kind of guy that would
I checked it.
preventive maintenance all the time, right?
Nice.
The tap cons, if they loosen up at the base based on time, make sure that they're tight. Have a screen company come in, tighten them up, put new ones in. The structural gutter that goes between the fascia board and the roof beams, you can't imagine how often that is filled up with who knows what. It turns into mud after a while, and it becomes extremely heavy, and that will pull away from the fascia. So these are little things that people need to really look into before the winds start to blow pretty hard.
Good points. I like that. Preventative maintenance, preventative tips.
Yeah, you'll save some money on the long run. I mean, I'll sell you a new cage. That's fine with me. However, I'm a homeowner as well, so I like to keep the money in my pocket for a while.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us.
The best advice I can give, if you're looking into any type of water treatment, don't make a decision right off the bat. Have us come out and give you our opinion about things. We are offering up to a $500 trade-in value on your old water softener. If you don't have any softener at this point, we're offering free installation. So we're going to do that through the summer till the end of August.
Nice.
So check us out.
I like doing that. Waterscience.us. Give them that $500 offer. Rick Nickerson, bottomsup.com.
I just want to say, if you're out there and you're looking for a floor removal expert. If you've got a flooring project, whether it's commercially or residentially, look us up, www.bottomsup.com. We are the floor removal experts. We're licensed and insured. We live and work right here in the Tampa Bay community. We're proud of it. Our business was born right here with Tampa Bay's customers in mind. We will take glue down wood, ceramic tile, luxury vinyl plank, VCT, laminate, glue down carpet. If it's hard to come up, we can make it look easy. We utilize state-of-the-art machinery and equipment. We come out, we provide free estimates. If you've got a flooring project and your installer is not using a professional removal company, look us up, ask them why not, and we can come out, provide you a free quote. We are the experts in the Tampa Bay area. If something bad happens, and we talk about it, Fred warned us against the hurricanes, which I'm knocking on the table right now. The hurricanes, or that season is amongst us. The heavy winds and the rains are coming. The worst thing that can happen, and glue down wood is huge in the Tampa Bay area. And when you have wood and water, you have a problem.
Yes.
It's mold and bacteria that you can live with undetected, unnoticed, and it can cause major problems. So if you've got that flood or something like that, if you've got a portion of your floor that needs to come up, look us up. We will contain your area and remove it in a time-efficient manner.
I like that. Good stuff. All right, my quote for today, I'm going to start you off with Gandhi quote, okay? So a man is but the product of his thoughts, what he thinks he becomes. And it leads back to the reticular activation system in your brain. So you've got this reticular activation system, a.k.a. basically a computer in your brain that sets the program that you feed it. And unfortunately, a lot of people program their RAS on what they don't have, or, they say these negative things their whole life, like, oh, I can never remember names. Have you ever heard that one? Right? So when you tell yourself that, that's what's going to happen. You're not going to remember people's names, or I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at that. So you got to really focus on what you want to attract into your life. And I'm not saying the airy-fairy law of attraction, write it down, it's going to naturally appear in your life, but there's something to it where it says the power of focus. So where your energy flows, your focus goes, right? So when you're focusing energy, you're going to attract that type of thing into your life. And one of my favorite mentors, Tony Robbins, in his latest book, one of his latest books called Unshakable, talked about 3 things that people focus on that leads to very detrimental thoughts. So number 1 is loss. So anytime we think in our mind, or we focus on loss because we did something, or some action happened, we're going to have potential loss from it, then that's going to spiral out of control negative. Okay, if we talk about number 2, less. Anytime we have that similar thought and say, oh, because this happened or that happened, we're going to have less in our lives. Well, don't think about loss, less. And then number 3 is never. So if you ever get into a situation where you say, oh, I'm never going to overcome this, I'm never going to get out of this debt, I'm never going to overcome that, that's just going to lead you to negativity, negative thoughts, and your brain is going to be reacting to your thoughts. So direct the power of your mind. The power of focus is so important, and the way that you can do that is utilizing incantations or your vision statement, right? Come up with a vision statement. Here's my goals. Here's what I'm going to focus on. And then you're going to lead yourself positively that day by repeating those incantations. And, it's just a way that you start your day off. A lot of times you want to start your day off with those positive incantations. Okay, so that's the reticular activation system, the power of thought, and the power of focus in your brain. All right, let's do another round. We got some more time here. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum.
I always mention if you're bidding out any type of a project to the homeowner, I mentioned this, make sure that you ask a lot of questions. My best customers are those that pepper me with questions. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. This way I know that we've covered everything. When I walk away and I'm doing all the talking and my customer's not asking questions, I'm nervous about that job.
Yep.
Because you never know what's going to come up on the back end. And, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, the reputation is tremendous. And so we don't like to even incorporate any possibility of a problem coming in to the equation.
Yeah.
So once again, ask a lot of questions. Whether it's a screen enclosure, a roof project, whatever it is, consumers should ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, I like that. I'll take that one step further. Especially when it comes to negotiation, is open-ended questions.
For sure.
Those work really well in negotiation. Mm-hmm. All right, Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us.
Yes. I want to mention that all our equipment is manufactured in the U.S. and assembled at our plant in Tarpon Springs. So we are hands-on with everything. I have 2 of my 5 sons in the business with me.
Nice.
So there'll always be defelices around to take care of you. And we do the installation. No salesman will call. I'm going to come out myself.
Awesome.
You're going to deal with me. Check the website, waterscience.us.
Waterscience.us. Yeah, and that means a lot to people when when I list a property, they say, I want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with the assistants. That means a lot. So defelice and the family will take care of you.
You got it.
That's right. Rick Nickerson, bottoms up.
That's funny that you say that, Fred, because having been in the removal business since the very beginning and since inception. I mean, I used to drive one of these little machines that I drive into your house, and we've got 20 of them now, and we're blessed at being 3 different areas throughout the Tampa Bay and West Coast. But I still pick up the phone. Give me a call. I'd love to come by and provide you a quote. I'd love to break out. Now they've got lasers that go in and they do all the measurement and stuff. And I have my trusty 35-foot DeWalt tape measure that I go out on and measure every inch of the home and discuss with the customers. You're never too big, and I enjoy that because I like being out with the people. And just to piggyback off what you said, Fred, my gosh, the only dumb question is the one you don't ask.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
a fact.
anything that you're doing, if it's important to you, ask that question, and that your service professional should be able to answer that in spades.
Yeah, it's the best part of the business.
Right?
Some of the questions can be considered not even related to the project.
Right.
They're going to ask the question anyway. It's fine by me. They've asked the question. We don't have to cover it at a later date. It's already discussed.
And be thorough, and
sure.
I tell my sales staff the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, the how. Let's cover it, from who's going to meet us to the project, who's going to be there on the end, how are we going to pay, what are payment options, what should I expect afterwards, do I turn off the AC? So many questions in a project that you've got. Ask those questions. And if you don't ask them, you'll never know.
That's right.
I wish I knew you years ago. With so many jobs, we had to take away the river rock. Oh man, because you can't put the cage
Yeah, I
back
remember
down
that
on the
river rock.
This stuff that looks like Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
I didn't know you that.
Hey, another great show. We got to close it out here. Fred Muth in the house. Fred DeFelice, Rick Nickerson. Thanks so much. Great job, gentlemen.
Excellent.
And thanks to our team behind the scenes putting the show together, all of our producers, our listeners, our viewers of our show. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.